In this video, you're going to practice dividing using multiples of 10. For each of these problems, I want you to write down the problem, solve it on your whiteboard, check with your partner, and then continue to watch the video to see if you got it right. The number of steps does not matter. I'm going to do it in the least amount of steps, but I want to make sure you agree with the same quotient. So go ahead and pause the video, solve the problem, and when you're done, play the video again. Alright, in this problem we're thinking of multiples of 10. So the closest multiple of 10 would be 30. 2 times 30 equals 60. Subtract 18 remains. So now we're doing 18 divided by 2. Or thinking 2 times what equals 18. So it's a basic fact. 2 times 9 equals 18. We have no remainder, so our quotient is 39. In this problem, you're dividing 186 divided by 3. So pause the video and write down the problem on your whiteboard, and then come back to see if you agree on the quotient. Okay, so in this problem, we're thinking multiples of 10. So I know 3 times 10 would equal 30, which is pretty far away from 186. So I'm going to go ahead and jump up and try 40. 3 times 40 is 120, so I can still go. 3 times 50 would be 150. 3 times 60 would be 180. So in this problem, 60 would be my closest multiple of 10. So 3 times 60 would be 180. Subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0, and 1 minus 1 is 0, so I have 6 remaining. So remember, the remainder cannot be bigger than what I'm dividing by. So I know I can do a 3 times 2, which is 6. No remainder left, and my quotient is 62. In this problem, you're dividing 224 by 4. So again, write down the problem, solve it, check with your partner. When you're finished, you can come back and see if you agree with the video. And this problem, again, I want to think, can I use multiples of 10 first? So 4 times 10 is 40. I'm going to go ahead and try, can I do 100? 4 times 10 would be, or 4 times 100 would be 400. So you know you're going to use multiples of 10. So I need to look, I'm kind of looking at these front two numbers, and think of my 4 facts. So 4 times 50 would be 200. Subtract to see how many remain to divide. 2 minus 0 is 2. So I have 24 remaining. So now I'm in the basic facts. So 4 times 6 would be 24. I have no remainder, so my quotient to this problem is 56. In this problem, you're dividing 385 by 5. So again, write down the problem, solve it on your own whiteboard, and then check with your partner first, and then continue watching the video to see if you have the quotient correct. So in this problem, we're working with multiples of 10. So if I think 5 times 30 would be 150, so I still need to go up higher. So I'm going to try a 60. 5 times 60 would be 300. I think I can even get a little closer. So let's see, 5 times 70 would be 350. And 3 times 80, my bad, 5 times 80 would be 400. So that's too big. So we're going to go ahead and start with a 70. 5 times 70 is 350. Subtract 5 minus 0 is 5. 8 minus 5 is 3, and 3 minus 3 is nothing, so 35 remain. And that's a basic fact. So 5 times 7 is 35 with no remainder. So the answer, the quotient, is 77 in this problem. In this problem, we're dividing 498 by 6. So again, write down the problem, solve it, each person, and then continue the video to see if you have the answer correct. In this problem, again, I want to look and see, I want to get as close as I can to these front two digits, the 49. So think of multiples of 10, so I'm going to start with 6 times 80, which is 480. And subtracting, minus 0 is 8, 9 minus 8 is 1. I got to make sure I check them all. And 4 minus 4 is 0, so 18 remain to divide. So I can do a 6 times 3, which is 18. No remainder, so the quotient is 83. And this problem, dividing 266 by 7. So again, write down the problem, solve it on your own, and then check to see how well you did. So in this problem, instead of getting the closest number, I'm going to go ahead and just show you that you don't always have to, but we would like to, just because when we do get to the standard algorithm in 6th grade, you do have to get as close as possible. So in this problem, I'm going to go ahead and just start with a 20. So 7 times 20 is 140. Subtract each digit. 6 minus 4 is 2. And this one, 2 minus 1 is 1. So see, I still have 126 remaining. So I want to ask, can I do another 20? Well, no, I don't have 140 left to divide out. So I need to go smaller. So here, I'm just going to do a 10. So 7 times 10 is 70. Subtract each digit. 6 minus 0 is 6. We got to remember here, we need to borrow, just like regular subtraction rules. 12 minus 7 is 5, so I have 56 remaining. And then now I'm at a basic fact. I know since I have less than 70, it has to be in my 1 through 9 facts. So 7 times 8 equals 56, and no remainder. So now I got to put all this back together. So I have 20 plus 10, which is 30, and 30 plus 8 is 38. Now in here, I could have just done 2 steps, and I could have just combined the 20 and the 10 to a 30 if I got as close as I could the first time, but I wanted to just show you an example that it doesn't always have to be as close as possible. We would like to, but if not, it still will work. Okay, in this problem we're dividing 396, so write down the problem, solve it, and then check your answer. So in this problem, I'm going to think of my multiples of 10 just mentally. So 9 times 10 would be 90, which is pretty far away from 396. So I'm going to kind of jump. 9 times 50 would be 450. That's too much. So I'm thinking 9 times 40, that's 360. I could do that. To make sure you line it up. Subtract each digit. 6 minus 0 is 6. 9 minus 6 is 3, and 3 minus 3 is 0. So there's nothing in the hundredths, and now I know I'm at a basic fact. And I can do a 9 times 4, which is 36. No remainder, so my quotient in this problem is 44. Okay, that's the final problem. So if you've done okay on this, you can come over and get the independent practice from the teacher. If you had some difficulty, please come see me at the teacher table for some additional assistance.